John Hope Bryant, founder, chairman, and CEO of Operation Hope, America's first and largest nonprofit financial services network for the poor, the struggling class, the teetering class, folks with too much month at the end of their money. We have 3 million clients. We have invested just under $3 billion, that's with a B, in underserved neighborhoods, both urban and rural, black and white. I see you guys signing on. We have 30,000 volunteers. We're opening a Hope Inside location every 10 days or so. We have 86 Hope Inside locations open, and we'll have 100 open before the end of summer. And we're in, last time I checked, about 4,000 schools across the country teaching financial literacy. Hey, Greg, signing on. I see you guys signing on. I want to give you guys some time to sign on. And I'm proud to say I was the first funder and first supporter, the first sponsor of Operation Hope back in 1992 after the Rodney King riots. So me being able to be financially literate, being an entrepreneur, being somewhat successful to be able to found Operation Hope, it's about the opposite of what I'm about to talk to you about. Hey, Trenton signing on. Hey, Maria. Hey, you guys. We see the growth folks are building. Hey, Maria from Chicago. Enrico from Mississippi. Hey, I'm in Alabama right now, by the way. Brittany Palmer. Hey. This is Sir James. Good morning, Camara. Sir James, who is with me, with me here in Alabama. We're heading to Birmingham for a day's worth of meetings. Okay, financing your own demise. I guess I can say this. Can I tell you that you told me? I just did. So Sir James told me this story of somebody that we love who decided, now they broke. These folks are broke. Nice people, but broke. Who decided that it was wise to finance a vacation to Miami. And it was 3 or 4 days to Miami, included airfare, hotel, car, rental car, whatever. $2,500. And I'm gonna start with the end in mind, and I'm gonna come back to this ridiculous story. So they signed on a dotted line. Now that credit score is below 600. I think it's like mid 500s, I believe. So their credit stinks from a credit score perspective, which means you're gonna get the worst deal in town. But the people at the travel company said, no problem. We can still hook you up because you're so special. No, because Malcolm X said, you've been bamboozled, you've been tricked, you've been fooled. Hey, JL, you can watch me later. Just saying hello, how you doing? I'm wearing your bracelet today, JL, as usual, all right? And so these people are getting jumped. They're getting financially hijacked on the phone from 2,000 miles away from Miami. So these folks said, look, we can take care of you, no problem. $2,500. Now, I'm gonna go to the end. They didn't make the first payment. They went on the vacation, did the whole thing, didn't make the first payment. They defaulted on this loan and then thought it was a good idea after they defaulted to file bankruptcy. And I think the loan was in the woman's name because the dude's credit was worse than the woman's credit. So it jacks up his girlfriend's credit, and they may or may not be together more than another 28 minutes. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This is ridiculous, like on so many levels. So they didn't make the first payment. They went on the vacation, did not make the first payment, and I think didn't intend to make the first payment on this loan. Now, beyond the fact that karma is real, and whatever goes around, comes around, beyond the fact that half of employers will check your credit before they hire you, you hear me? Half of employers will check your credit before they hire you to see if you are a crook, a criminal, whether you can be trusted around money, whether you're financially, whether you have what they call financial integrity. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I actually don't endorse checking credit for employees. I don't check credit for my employees unless it's in my accounting department or they're handling money. But a lot of employers for any position will check your credit. Now, my dad used to say credit. He said my credit was bad. Johnny Smith would say his credit is bad. Credit, that bad credit. And you know how bad my dad's credit was if he called it credit. So first of all, they filed bankruptcy. Second of all, they want to file bankruptcy. They default on the situation. They're hiding from the situation. Now, I don't know what you want to deal with first. Let me deal with the most egregious part. Because you defaulted on this loan, and a bunch of other folks like you default on this loan, the next person who comes around trying to get this ridiculous loan is not going to pay $2,500 for 3 days in Miami, where there's a raggedy hotel, a broke down car, some nasty food, and an airline between, two people with body odor in the middle seat.
In 10 miles, take exit 125 on the left onto 22nd Street toward downtown.
Beyond the fact that that all that happened on this underwhelming trip, the next person coming along is going to pay $3,500 for that raggedy package, not $2,500, because now the lender has to compensate, has to make up for all the defaults by charging more. Did you get that? Let me know you understand that. I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying before I go to the next point. The lender is going to have to charge more money to the next client that comes along willing to take this ridiculous deal, because 1,000 people before the next sucker client. Okay, you guys do get that. Okay, you're understanding what I'm saying. Great. Demarian says I got it. Okay, Dante. Hey, Dante Hodge. That's Dante from the recording studio.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Dante. Thanks for helping me with the audio book, man. Maria says got it. Dante Cofield got it. Okay. So the next people have to pay more because cousin Boo Boo here defaulted on this obligation, and 1,000 other people defaulted too. They got to make that money up someplace. Okay, let me set that aside for a minute. They robbed you when they first sold you that package, because Sir James and I were thinking about what we could do if we were going to go on vacation in Miami. And basically, that was just a lazy man's approach. We could have rented a car.
That's right.
We could have rented a car for 3 days for $400.
Well, yeah, special $199 3 days.
$199 for 3 days.
Yeah.
So call it $200. Call it $250.
Yeah.
Then we could have. So gas is $150.
Yep.
Round trip.
Yep.
So that's now we're up to $400.
Yep.
Then we need to get a hotel. So 3 days for a hotel.
Yeah. $99 a hotel, double bed.
$99. Let's just be generous and call it, let's say it's a really $200 a night.
All right, $200.
So that's 3 nights at $600.
Yeah.
Plus $400. Plus food, call it another $150.
Yep.
You're now up to this is like the expensive way of doing this, because I'm adding money to Sir James's calculation. We're at $1,100, $1,200.
That's right.
Which is less than half of what these folks charged this couple, and financed it at 28%.
That's right.
Did you hear me? This is modern day slavery. To quote Ambassador Andrew Young, who is Dr. King's aide in the civil rights movement, to live in a system of free enterprise and not to understand the rules of free enterprise, the memo, get the memo coming out in September, read How the Poor Can Save Capitalism, go to Operation Hope and sign up to a counseling program with one of my Hope financial coaches at a Hope Inside locations. Hey, Chaz, Scott, and get you some financial literacy. Financial illiteracy and low self-esteem and depression and lack of hope is an absolute prescription for you being robbed of your resources and having your wallet separated from you, because a fool and his money are soon parted. A fool and his money, good morning, Will Smith, are soon parted. Did you get that? A fool and his money or her money are soon parted. Okay, it looks like you guys are understanding what I'm saying. So I'm gonna give you we told you how to get there. Now, actually, the driving there was the least expensive way, but I told you the most expensive drive. So under Sir James's rule, you go a 3-day rule for a rental car. That's under your rule. It's $199.
That's right.
And so that's $199. You do a hotel at $100 a night.
That's right.
Double beds.
That's right.
Assuming that you don't like the person you're with, otherwise it'd be a single bed.
That's right.
So that's $300.
That's right.
So 300 plus 200, 500.
Right.
How much for food?
Still $150, $200. Let's say $200. $100, $50 for each person.
$200 for food. How much for gas?
Throw about another $100 for gas round trip.
So we're now at $850 with Sir James' example. Anything else that you want to add in that?
No.
Are you going to give the person? You're going to buy the person a trinket? You're going to buy him a gift?
Miscellaneous. Throw another $150.
So Sir James being nice, he's going to buy whoever he takes with him a $100 gift. That, from Sir James, he must really like you because
that part right.
He used food stamps to buy me lunch.
That's right.
Okay, so we were somewhere between $900 and $1,000 in his example and $1,100 in my example. Okay, now cause I got to stop this video soon because we're getting closer to our location here in Birmingham. So now we're going to take the airplane route. Now, Sir James, I need you to help me on this.
Yeah.
On the airplane, how much is the airfare to go to Miami, you think?
Well, yeah, again, depending on the source. Cheapticket.com, I could get it. I did the research on this. Could have got a round trip air for 2, round trip, hotel accommodation, 2-day rental car for a total combined price of $650.
What?
Yep.
Repeat that?
Round trip air for 2.
Yep.
2-day hotel accommodation.
Yep.
2-day rental car.
Yep.
Okay. $650 total.
For the whole thing?
Whole trip, including tax. The only thing you left to pay for is your food and your own shopping.
So if you just done a little research on your own, and not been lazy,
yes, and
not been bamboozled and tricked and fooled, to quote Malcolm X, and had this company call and sell you something, you could have saved $2,000 almost and had this exact same vacation. But now you get a $2,500 bill plus 28% interest rate on that bill, which means,
at 24 months to repay it.
At 24 months to repay it. So now you got a monthly payment that's like a car note.
Yep.
For what? 3 days in Miami? Are you out of your cotton-picking mind? But this is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a one-off experience. This is a company who's making a business out of separating you from your wallet. I just said, yikes. This is a company, many companies who are preying on poor people, poor whites, poor blacks, poor Latinos, Asians, Indians, others, poor anybody, because they know that you're not going to ask critical questions. You're not going to do critical thinking because you got low self-esteem, because you're depressed. Jeremy says, y'all have to follow y'all. Yeah, you do, Jeremy. We laying it down here, man. Sell, not be sold. Who said that? Hey, Chad Scott. Who said sell, not be sold? Stephanie Derrick said that. So we got to get our civil rights, people.
On the left onto 22nd Street toward downtown.
We got to get our civil rights immediately. We got to take our lives back immediately. We've got to start understanding that there's a new game out here. In the 20th century, it was about moving folks from the fields to the factories. That was called civil rights. In the 21st century, it's about moving folks from the streets to the suites. That's called civil rights. And that's our movement, the civil rights movement. Hey, Charlene from South Africa. So we're going to get the book, Nigel. You can go to Amazon.com and get all my books. Or better yet, go to OperationHope.org because all the proceeds there gets donated back to Operation Hope. So go to OperationHope.org or go to my John Bryant page on Facebook, and the proceeds there, I either donate the proceeds from my site to Operation Hope, or you can just go to Operation Hope directly and buy the books there, all my books, and benefit Operation Hope. Or you can donate right here on this page, by the way, if you want to support Operation Hope. All right, love you guys. Put it in Birmingham, Alabama. Don't be bamboozled. Don't be tricked. Don't be fooled. Pass this video on to other people. Share this video. You know, if it was a Lil Wayne video or Jay-Z, it'd be a million views by the end of the night. So come on now, let's get with the civil rights movement and make smart sexy again. Keep on straight, because we've been making dumb sexy for too long. It's time to start a movement and take our lives back. This is ridiculous. Sir James just gave you an example between $600 with airfare all the way up to my example of $1,200 driving, which is half the cost of this package, which then was going to go up because this fool is defaulted on this and filed bankruptcy and basically snubbed his nose at the lender and said, I've got over on you. And no, the lender's gotten over now because of you on our entire community, because that now package is going to go up another $1,000
Take exit 125 on the left onto 22nd Street toward downtown.
I'm tired of this lady at this computer talking to me about where we're going, so we're going to get off the phone. All right, love you guys. Civil rights in Birmingham, Alabama. We have hope inside
offices. In a quarter mile, turn left onto 22nd Street North.
All right, we gone. Peace out. Talk to you guys soon.